Joining me now to discuss all this, Tim Graham, executive editor for Newsbusters and director of media analysis for the Media Research Center. Tim, it's good to see you. So I have to ask you, I was tweeting about this a little earlier, and I'm always amazed at the stands, the bots that are paid by, I guess, the Biden brigade to go and argue with anyone on social media that talks about the laptop, right? So Politico acts like it's a very new revelation. They know that, I mean, there's a book that's coming out written by one of the folks with whom they're friendly, and it's called The Bidens, and there's excerpts of this book that's coming out, and oh my gosh, they're confirming that everything basically that you and me and everyone else has been talking about from this New York Post story, the emails, the Russia deals, the China business, etc., that it's all legit, it's been confirmed, and Politico is writing about it now. So Tim, my big question is, are they going to be suspended like most of us were for sharing that story that is actually now confirmed on social media?
I think the answer is the election's over, so it's safe now. This is one of those things where they have this curious tendency to say that to call something unsubstantiated, and then you say, well, will you be attempting to substantiate it? Oh, no. We prefer it this way. And this is what they did to John Kerry and the Swift boat veterans back in 2004. Mm-hmm. This is the same playbook, which is, well, what you're saying is unsubstantiated. Well, you can look at these emails. You could look at what the New York Post had. You could look at the pictures and stuff that the Daily Mail had back at the time. It was quite
and the
obvious.
Video, heaven forbid.
Yeah.
I would encourage people not to look at those videos. One auto-played for me on a Daily Mail site. I lost 5 years off my life.
It was there and it was confirmable. And they just decided, well, this has all the hallmarks of Russian disinformation. We made a video here just running the 76 times they said hallmarks of Russian disinformation. I mean, this is what they do. They all run the same talking points that you can't trust what you can obviously see.
Right. Yeah, and that's the thing that gets me. And I know Glenn Greenwald says it's a CIA op, that it's the CIA telling everyone that this is Russian disinformation. This is why you can't trust FBI or CIA, which I would agree even without the story. But I mean, as you were just saying, I mean, you can see stuff with your own eyes, right? I mean, you can see that. I mean, some of it you don't want to see with your own eyes. I mean, eye bleach, we joke about it, but I mean, I wish it was a real product. It exists out there. And then, of course, the emails where they talk about making sure the big guy gets his cut. Well, the big guy being referenced is Joe Biden, whether it's talking about any kind of some Ukrainian business or business contacts and associations and processes with Chinese business deals. I mean, it's all in these emails. So it's all been confirmed now. And what gets me is that this would have been a huge deal during the election if this were to come out. Had it come out, I mean, and even more so like it did before the vote happened. But it was downplayed, it was suppressed, people were suspended. Everyone who shared it was called a conspiracy theorist. You guys were all called conspiracy theorists because you were pointing out the media malpractice here. So what's the point of the press anymore? Because this obviously is something that they exist to do, to vet this stuff. Now they don't, so what are they anymore? Because it's not a free press.
Yeah, I mean, this is the point, is that I think it's become quite clear that maybe we've gone back to what you might consider the colonial model or the early American model, where you just have partisan press outlets, defending one politician or another. But I think people are looking for the real story, and there are two stories really about Hunter Biden, or two tracks, and that is there is that serious policy-oriented side, where it's like, how is he using his influence? How is the Obama administration spinning their foreign policy to help Joe Biden or Hunter Biden's businesses? What's going on there? And then there's that whole seamy underbelly. You know, these are the same people that love to talk about Stormy Daniels and Stormy Daniels porn films. And then suddenly when Hunter wants to make porn films, well, that's too undignified for network TV. So, I mean, that's that double standard of the crazy stuff of what he was doing in his personal life, just as off limits as what he was doing in his political life.
Well, Tim, you know it's off limits because that's the president's baby infant son, baby 50-year-old something infant Hunter Biden.
Yes, well, I do remember CNN having Jill Biden and basically saying he's the center of the family. Like, boy, if that's the center, you better worry about everybody on the outside. I mean, it is crazy the way that they have glossed over the Bidens, made them this romantic story.
Right.
and not wanting to look into their finances, not wanting to be cynical or even skeptical about who they are and what they've
Right.
done.